DP Photography here, bringing another video, and today we're talking about, well, this is gonna be a different video than the one that I wanted to bring you guys. I actually wanted to make a video on the Pint X that I just bought with 16 miles on it for $750. You know, I actually drove out of town about 4 hours. The person that sold it to me, they drove about 4 hours. We met in the middle and we came to an agreement, you know, but unfortunately, right now I have the board all broken apart, you know, trying to check the wires and whatnot. And when I hit that battery box, I didn't have a 5-point key to actually get inside that box. So once again, we're talking about the GTS. Do I want the GTS? You know, there's a lot more videos out on that GTS now, man. And, you know, when I watch videos, I kind of look for confirmation or, you know, to be pushed to actually pull the trigger to want something. And what I can say is, while one guy did drop a video saying, you know, if you're a naysayer of the GTS, then you obviously haven't driven one. Every video that I've seen doesn't push me to want one anymore. You know, all I do is see guys doing 25 miles per hour for a short period of time because nobody actually really rides consistently at 25. And the range is horrible. The most range I've seen somebody get is between 14 and 15 miles. Now, they're not actual range test videos, so if somebody did one of those, that'd be awesome. But, you know, more and more that videos are coming out, I'm knowing that the GT is the one for me. You really gotta ask yourself the question, like, what do you like to do on a Onewheel? Do you like to just go crazy and shred it up? Like, I once owned a motorcycle that did well over 200 and, I don't know, 20 miles or something like that. It was an R1, beautiful, beautiful machine. But I had it more for the look than I actually had it for the speed, you know? I never actually got that thing over 140. Do I wanna be doing 200 miles per hour on a machine? Do I feel safe riding around on a consistent basis at 25 miles per hour on a GTS? No, I wouldn't. The fact of the matter is, I don't even really hit 19 anymore on this. The last few days I've been riding around, cruising at probably about 16, 17, and just feeling just good. You know, it's like the breeze is blowing now, the weather's changing down here, it never drops below 60, so it's just like perfect. At the point right now, I'm like, would I even trade this for a brand new GTS? See, and when I answer honestly. You know, there's no sugarcoating. Like, I actually thought about that just now. Like, would I trade my board for a GTS? And I'm like, damn, like, it will be a brand new board, but can I get the GTS to do what I wanted to do? And the answer is no. I could never get 20 miles out of that thing. So why would I want to switch my board that I've invested so much in to get that GTS? Just because it's brand new? Like, that would be the only reason that I would trade it, is because it's brand new. But even then, I don't want it. This is what I want. This is it. This is it. And would I go out there and purchase a new GTS over a GT? Not in a million years, man. $1,000 extra. If I was to purchase a brand new GT for $1,000 less, I would still have money to buy a tire, rails, foot pad, grip tape, and just soup the board out once again. So why would I ever do that? Like, I'm not a super shredder. I'm not Bodie. Like, I seen Bodie riding on, and let's switch topics a little bit. Let's talk about that situation and whatnot. You know, a couple months ago, I dropped a video talking about the war in the Onewheel community, man, and some people said I was reaching, man. But, like, if you follow the timeline, you know, and everything that's gone on in the past few months, man, you can actually see the drama unfold. And it's not a bad thing, you know, drama's in everything that you got. Drama's in politics, drama's in your workplace, drama is in school, drama's everywhere you go, you know. It's the one thing that entertains people, but you don't want it in your life, but it's there anyway. It's drama in my house right now that I went and bought a brand new Onewheel for my son. You know, like, it's always gonna be drama. And with the Onewheel community, it's like, Bodie and Jeff drop a video talking about the float wheel, pretty much promoting the float wheel. Kyle and the Future Motion team get mad at the float life. What do? You know, they snatch Bodie off the race for the rails. He can't commentate. What's next? They sit back, they contemplate, you know, a little bit. They get a bunch of backlash from what they did. What do? They signed Bodie to Future Motion to be one of the people to move the sport forward. Bodie has to drop a video saying that he won't be making videos with the Float Life anymore. He loves those guys, but he's sorry and he can't do it anymore, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, whatever. So Bodie signs with Future Motion, can no longer make videos with the Float Life, drops a video on Instagram explaining all of this, how he just signed, how he just became one of the people that's gonna be able to push the sport forward, which he will do a lot of great things over there, but I don't think he should have switched out on the Float Life, man. But who knows the offer that they gave him and whatnot. And Jeff, you know, he understands, but at the same time, you know, that's a jab at Jeff. That hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, that hurt. Now, one thing I will say about Jeff is honest. From what I see, now all of this is speculation. You know, this is just from what I believe. You know, I could be wrong, but Jeff is one of the first people to put in his order for the new GTS. Jeff still hasn't received his GTS. People all over are receiving their GTSs, and I, for one, think that Jeff should have been one of the first people to actually get his board. But, yeah, he's still waiting, you know what I mean? And Future Motion has blocked where you can't use NRF Connect to actually level your board anymore, which, you know, these WTFs, I believe they're a Float Life product, you know, like, you gotta see all the shit that's going on. You know, that new tire that they got, you know, the performance tire and all of that, I'm pretty sure that's a Future Motion tire. That's the tire that they're pushing. That's the tire that's coming out the box. This Enduro, that's the Float Life, you know? And this is what I'll buy, you know what I mean? Like, 'cause this, to me, is the best tire. Like, I haven't, you know, I need to try a Street Pro 2. Maybe that'll be the tire that I get for my son's Pine X, since they don't have any Enduro in stock. But yeah, there's a lot of bullshit going on in the community, man. It's a lot of blocking, it's a lot of hating. Like, one thing I will say about Jeff is, man, the man is honest, you know? The man is not being sour about anything. He's understanding, you feel me? And he's being honest. He's giving honest reviews. And, you know, I think that's what really pissed off Future Motion, that he was honest about the float wheel and whatnot. He didn't just praise the float wheel. He didn't say, oh, the float wheel gives 50 miles per hour. He said what it really was. You know, I got 25 out of the battery before it actually really died, and we didn't push it crazy. We didn't push it too little. We kind of was right in the middle. Like, he keeps it honest, he keeps it real. You gotta love that, you feel me? Like, that's what you want. You don't want somebody just selling you shit. That's why when Future Motion's videos come up, I don't even watch them. Because I understand that this is a company that's actually selling a product, and they're here to push this. Like, they're gonna be pushing it. They're gonna tell me the best of the best. Go out and spend $3,200 and grab you a GTS. That's the best thing that you could do. No, I do not want the GTS, man. I would not buy it, man. And I won't be buying it, man, unless there's like some updates that change it from having that much torque to having that much range. Like, if I could get 40 miles range, 50 miles range out of a board, I might make that jump. You feel me? Like, that to me would be a lot more interesting, because then I could ride from here all the way to Bay of Honda Bridge without even having to worry about my battery dying. Charge up 30, 40 miles away, man. But no, for me to buy a board that's faster and for it to die 12 to 14 miles from here, what is that? Hell no. Hell to the no, to the no. I'm loving this GT, man. And GT, you know, like, a lot of people try to push me over to the float wheel. Like, I watch Jeff and Bodie's video. I watch all their videos. And it's like, everyone that I've seen has been totally honest. I saw one video with Jeff and Bodie where they were talking about, you know, carving really hard and getting some weird noises. You know, like, they're not holding anything back. You feel me? They're not sitting there saying, oh, Tony sent us this float wheel and, you know, it's just the greatest thing and, you know, it has no problems with it. No, they're telling you the truth. They're like, oh, it's got this cheap plastic on it, which I don't think will hold up over time. Like, that's the people that you want to listen to. You feel me? Like, what do you do on your Onewheel? Do you cruise or do you just go for super speed, you know? Like, I'm not even one of those guys that likes to have the tip of my board that close to the ground. Like a lot of videos I see when they punch it, that board is like this far off the ground. That's not for me. I'm a cruiser. I like to coast. I like to enjoy the flow, man, the music. GTS just ain't for me. That's not to mean, like, that doesn't mean that it's not for anybody. You know, there's definitely people that it's for. People that that go super fast, you know, and like that feel safe doing that. You know what I mean? Like if you're a 70-year-old, you know what I mean, which is a lot of the people that's on my YouTube channel, they're not trying to be doing 25 and 30 miles per hour. Like, you know, if you're Jeff Adair, if you Bodie, yeah, you know, like these guys love speed, you feel me? And you know, that's who the GTS is for. But for people like myself and, you know, the older generation, I feel like, you know, we more about cruising and range. Now, I could be wrong, you know, but I'm just giving my opinion on the GTS, especially since I've seen more and more videos dropping on it. You know, it's not for me. For $1,000 more, it's definitely just not for me. Have you really, really given it thought? You know, anything in life that's important to you, you really have to like get to the basics. Like, what do you actually want out of one-wheeling? Do you want torque? Do you want speed? You know, are you a heavier person? You know, will that power help you? You know, that's another thing. Like if I was heavier, you know, 230, 250 pounds, GTS would probably be the one for me. But, you know, I'm 190, 195, 200 pounds, you know, the GTS is not for me. The GT is the one, you know? And this thing definitely goes plenty fast. You know, I don't get anybody saying, hey man, I seen you on that GT and you were going real slow around here. No, that's not what I hear. Like, damn boy, you was getting down on that GT, man. And the way that you ride, like I start getting compliments on the way that I ride. You know what I mean? It's like, man, you was jamming on that thing. The music was bumping. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So yeah, tell me what you think, man. Drop it down in the comments, man. Like, what do you like? Do you like speed? Do you like range? Are you heavier? Are you pulling that trigger to buy that GTS, man? It's no hate if you are, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, I'm not a Future Motion hater. You feel me? All my products are Future Motion, except for my accessories. Now, when it comes to accessories, I think the Float Life might be my favorite company to buy from, man. I do get some stuff from Onewheel parts, like my hex grip tape and whatnot. Those are gonna be some of the first upgrades that I put on the Pint X. Does the GTS have a place in the world? Of course it does, you know. If you're a super shredder like Jeff Adair or, you know, Bodie Harrelson, man, like, you know, these guys that really get down on the trails and whatnot, then the board might be for you. If you're a heavier person, if you're weighing about 230 to 300 pounds or whatnot, then yeah, you know, that extra power might carry you a long ways. But if you someone like myself, like most of my Onewheel community, you know, you're in between the ages of 40 and 70 years old, man, we're not out here trying to go super fast. You know, our bones don't heal up like they used to. So, you know, we're cruisers. We like to jam to the music. We like to catch that wind and just enjoy the float, man. Like, so in that case, the GT is gonna be the one for me. But, you know, you gotta be the one to decide. You know, you really have to sit down and think about what it is that you actually want out of a Onewheel, man. And I gotta say, you know, I love my baby, you know. Would I trade this for a brand new GTS? No way in hell. I will not do it, man. I put this thing together from the ground up, man, and I love the way that I got the board zeroed in. I have not updated to the haptic buzz yet. I'm still not trying to do that. The haptic buzz is on my Pint X, but you know, at least I'll get a chance to test that haptic buzz out and see what it's all about. But For now, you know, I'm loving the boy. You know, as always, man, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, ring that bell, do all the fun stuff for your boy. Tell me what you think. Drop it down in the comments as always, man. DP Photography, also known as The Real Bird. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out.